Welcome to day 6
Woo!
of the 12 Days of Christmas, a Reclaim the Retreat video series that, what are we doing?
We put together this video series because we wanted to help y'all. We want to help y'all. We want for you what we've been able to find for ourselves. And that is living a life that is truly our own, that brings us joy.
Joy, wonder,
happiness,
a little bit of whimsy, all of that. We want that for you. And who are we? I'm Ivana Robinson, certified life and leadership coach, co-host of Reclaim the Retreat, and I help people.
She helps people.
I help people own what it is that they want and give fewer fucks about what other people think about it. And this is my co-host,
Adelia Agora-Sade. I am a financial confidence coach. Primarily, I help Black women where at that part where money and travel intersect, because I want for every Black woman to be able to live a life on her own terms.
Yes.
And along with Ivana here, I host Reclaim the Retreat.
Yes. In our last video, we kind of talked about a tough truth. We're a little direct, if you will, that sometimes what is holding you back the most is you. You are standing in your own way. Whether that be self-doubt, perfectionism, that need for external validation and being afraid of what other people might think. It doesn't really matter what the thing is, but once you recognize it, that means you have the power to change it. And that is what we want for you. And so as we are exploring what it means to live a more fulfilling life, how do we take steps towards living a more fulfilling life, it is important to recognize that sometimes we also have to let go of things. It is not just about the new and the different and the changing. What are we letting go of? What is weighing us down that is preventing us from moving forward?
Okay, so what we want you to do is to think about those internal and external weights, things that are holding you down. Maybe it is a voice in your head saying, not right now, you're not ready. That's okay for them, but hold on a little bit for you, sis. Maybe, and I'm guilty of this, maybe it is a habit that you can't seem to break, and that habit is standing in the way
of the thing that you really want. Yeah.
Or maybe it is a situation or a relationship that is draining you, and please feel free to interpret those two words, situation and relationship, in the broadest, most possible sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be those things. I know we talked a lot about, like, money that is both real and unreal all at the same time. But knowing you can't know what you need to let go of or let it go if you aren't clear on what it is that you need to let go of. Sometimes the hardest thing for us to let go of is the version of ourselves as it exists right now, is the version of ourselves that is afraid to try, that is afraid to dream, or just step outside of what feels safe.
I was going to say, because letting go, even if you can feel some of the dissatisfaction with this current version, it is often difficult to let go because this is what you know. This is what has gotten you this far.
Yeah.
And here we are talking about, well, maybe you need to ditch some of that. that can be a tough pill to swallow.
Yes. But know that we are here to give you that permission. We want you to think differently. We want you to push further. Go beyond what it is that you can see for yourself right now. The idea of what you think is possible. Because I think if we stay stuck on, like, what I've seen or what I know, we'd never innovate anything.
Okay. I don't know about you, but, like, I never saw anybody living this version of a life.
No.
I didn't have it.
Black people? Black women? Oh, no. This was not my life. This was not my experience.
So, and that is often something we are kind of taught and conditioned that, like, you know, you have to be able to see it in order to achieve it. And y'all, there was nobody out there that I had any exposure to talking about doing the things that I wanted to do. And so again, I just decided it was so important to me to do those things. If I was going to have to be the first, I was just going to have to be the first.
Yeah.
So letting go of that idea that, well, I don't know nobody who's ever done that. Well,
go find somebody. I don't know. There's lots of people out in the world. But also sometimes you just gotta be first, like you said. Like that's just the reality of it. Being able to challenge those limiting beliefs, that voice in your head that is telling you all the reasons why you can't do something, why it is not for you, why you're not ready, it's not possible, you are not capable, whatever it is. Those are limiting beliefs. Those are stories. Okay? You have made that up. And the reality of that is you can therefore make anything up. And so if we're going to be telling ourselves a story, why don't we tell ourselves one that actually feels good, one that actually serves us, right? Of, oh, I can't become an engineer because I don't know anything about physics. Oh, I can become an engineer because there's so many ways for me to learn about physics. You know what I mean? Or I wanted to visit all 7 continents. So I was like, okay, like it'll take some time, but I'm gonna work toward, like, I would be so cool to visit all 7 continents. Whatever it is.
I'm always struck by how easily we tell ourselves stories that limit us.
Mm-hmm.
But so many of us can't use that same energy to tell ourselves stories that liberate us, that free us, that, take the boundaries off.
Yeah.
But I guess we're here today to work on some of that. And like Ivana said before, we're giving you the permission, because often that's the thing we need. And sometimes it's very hard to give ourselves that permission. So we are giving it to you.
Yes. We want you to take that time. Tell yourself a different story. Write it down. Put it on a little Post-it so you see it. We got to create a new backing track for living our lives. That is what is going to help us continue to push forward to do things a little bit differently than maybe we did them before.
So one of the things that we want you to do, in our previous video, we had you list out the things that you wanted. And next to it, along with why. Mm-hmm. Because your why is the utmost importance. Okay, so, and you wrote down one word, how you would feel when that was completed. Now what we want you to do is to go back, revisit that list, mm-hmm. and think about each one of those things that you want and what's holding you back. Mm-hmm. Is it, like we said, a habit? Is it a relationship? Is it a belief? What is it? Write that down. Give name to that thing. Yes. Because again, we can't let something go if we're not clear on what it is.
Yeah. Once you have an idea of what are the things that are keeping you stuck, holding you where you're at, I want you to kind of sit with that and imagine, what if you let that go? If it's helpful, literally imagine yourself like dropping a weight, just, flying through the sky free. What would it feel like? What could you do if that weight was gone? Go down.
I think doing that activity is going to force you to see the things that you've been holding on to, whether you were holding on to them for safety's sake, that you probably shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to let those things, those people, those places go, to release them.
Mm-hmm. Those ideas, going back to the stories, like if it's not working for you, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. And a lot of that comes with learning to trust yourself. Not just that you know what is best for you, but that you will be able to figure it out. Whatever comes next, the process of going through all of this, you have done hard stuff before, you have done new things before, and here you are, living your life with all of that information, and that's what you have to trust. It's not that you know in this moment how to solve all the problems or what are you going to do, but trusting that you've done it before and you can do it again.
We would love to hear what is one thing that you are ready to let go of. You can leave us a comment on this video.
Share it with someone you trust. If that feels good and you're feeling like achieving a little bit more, tell us what is one step you're going to take towards releasing that weight. How are you going to let go of it? Just a little bit. You know what I mean? It is not a one and done.
No, it is not
a situation, but is there something that you can do that will take you a little bit closer, that you can let go? Maybe it's not a full drop, but maybe it's a couple fingers off. Like, what can you do?
If you found today's conversation helpful, insightful,
hell, even if you think it sucked, let us know.
Give the video a thumbs up. Share it with somebody else in your life who you think needs to hear this. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, you should do that as well. We will have more videos in this series, and I know you want to be notified when those come out, as well as you'll want to be notified as to what other things we have going on in the Reclaim the Retreat world. So be sure to get on our mailing list.
Yes, you can find that at reclaimtheretreat.com or below in the description.